when I think about soil conservation and water quality, and I think of the state of Iowa, we're really leaders in that area. And I think part of the reason we're leaders, a big part of the reason we're leaders, is because of the commitment of farmers and landowners across the state. They've really taken on this challenge. We've seen over the last several decades a lot of work on phosphorus, things like no-till and things like that, and we've made huge progress and huge strides. And probably 6 or 7 years ago, we adopted the nutrient reduction strategy, which really was a roadmap for the state of how to address water quality within the state of Iowa. So kind of shifted our focus over to nitrogen and trying to make the same kind of impact that we've had on phosphorus on the nitrogen side of things. So lots of progress over the last 6 or 7 years. Clearly, we've got a long ways to go, but lots to be proud of in terms of the different practices that farmers are adopting. And the other piece is it's not just farmers. We all have kind of a stake when it comes to the state's water quality. You know, one of the great parts about my job is I get to travel the state with Secretary Nag and meet with farmers all across the state. And I've been in this role for 2 years, and I think even over those 2 years, we've kind of seen a change in tone and engagement. Not to say that people weren't engaged 2 years ago, but there's a continual progress in that area. So people have tried things, people have experienced, people have talked to their neighbors about what's working and what's not. And rather than kind of making that first step and trying something, they're starting to tweak what they're doing or add even more things to what they're doing. So kind of a mindset shift into how they're managing their operation, and conservation is a really big part of that. I think Iowans across the state care about water quality. They care about the environment and what we're doing to care for the land and water around us. So I think it's really important for farmers to help share some of the proactive things that we're doing in terms of soil health and water quality. Invite folks out to our farms, maybe share pictures, share stories, and don't be afraid to, share what's worked, what hasn't worked, what are we trying, and probably most importantly is why is this work important to all of us?